Hey, it's Mark, Renter's Warehouse. Hope you're having a fine day today. I wanted to take a minute just to share some information that I found out earlier in the week. It's a trend, or something that's trending about residential rental property right now, and I thought it was interesting. And that is really, where should I be buying rental property? Should I be buying multifamily properties, like an apartment complex? Should I do single family? Should I do short-term rentals? What should I do? And anyway, some data came out last week that said that single family rentals are really dominating the market now when compared to multifamily apartment buildings. I thought that was very interesting. And the reasons that they gave were also very compelling. One, they said that in many areas of the country, we're seeing some massive population growth, right? People are moving for jobs, or moving for affordability. They're even moving to states that don't have any income tax. And you know, these young professionals, these families, a lot of them want to rent before they buy, just to kind of see what they're going to do, the neighborhoods, the school systems, where they're at, before they pull the trigger and purchase a home. And when they do this, they're preferring a house over an apartment. And it makes sense, right? They want a backyard, they like a garage, they'd like to be able to have a place for their pet to run around. And apartments seem to not be as preferred as homes over the last several months. Now, what's interesting is that at the same time, some of the Class B and C apartments that are out there are really struggling. They're dealing with higher turnover as people switch from apartments to homes. They're seeing more maintenance because these are older apartment complexes, hence why they're B's and C's. And they're getting tougher competition from some of the newer multifamily units. And you've seen them. Some of these new builds, man, they're offering, 6 weeks free and $500 deposit, and they got a gym and they got a coffee shop. So there's a lot of competition in the multifamily space, especially with the B's and the C's. So how about single family rentals? Well, the single family rentals are experiencing something completely different. They're actually seeing longer tenant stays, which we certainly are. We're seeing higher renewal rates, which is absolutely happening. People are renewing their lease over and over again. And it really gives you some steadier cash flow, right? Because you don't have all those turns. So that's what people that are doing single family rentals are saying. Let's talk about this from an investor standpoint, right? So what they said from an investor standpoint, that in a lot of markets, for example, Houston, the cap rates are landing around 5.5% to 7%. In that range, and those often beat some of those older multifamily units, and they offer less risk. Also remember too, from an investor standpoint, that financing can be easier on a single family property versus a multi-unit apartment. Banks really like the stability of the single family rental market, especially in a market that has a lot of demand like we're seeing now. So for investors, just think about this for a second. There are really three big advantages that we just kind of went over, right? You have longer tenancy, which is so important. Lower turnover costs, right? Because you're not having to update an old B or C unit. And you're seeing a more predictable cash flow. Those are three really good reasons, right? Three big advantages. And then when you throw in long-term appreciation, which in many markets is pretty good. Along with this migration that we're talking about, people, moving into cities, it's really easy to see why these SFRs are outperforming those multi-unit properties. So all I got to say is, if you're investing in 2026, I think that single family rentals really should be on your radar. I really do. So, hey, if you ever have any questions about this, on this, or anything else, analyzing a deal, cap rates, anything, please just look out one of my videos. We've got lots. You can also drop a comment down in the comment section, try and answer them. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. A little trend that we're seeing, a little data that was released, and I think it's exciting. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm Mark, and I'm out.